abusia for ne adofin omu nyina kwa biom. For once ni hana about nsem de things over to other platforms no. Haya na nyina etwago sesem ko bia oso nsa ka bia. No I like ya share ma onua so ye de enye bi eti no so keep you updated. Yes already. Yen fe ni chem ni en ka de won chema. Enra enna chese abubu chese eye legal conversation echoes or parliament edifa Zanetor Rawlings a case such as a one of a NPP MP such as no you say that side and will make some comment against the Rawlings family as we speak no pa crow cancer no per the voice will be a bejatum so a bema now so the actions just on your bema because untimi sorry and cast on the cancer asem no ushu so bad obeshow identity and as we speak no some legal punishment be an air course such as a 6 air punishment be a barbetoja ama that ASA MP no enya sanketora na ultimatum a speaker demand no enche kra enti se adwasa for case bi na by a case obi a hye no smasa kwatena parliament na amaka investigation cause he ho bi kosi and to say a year suggest form Bora Parliament during a year the 8th Parliament inauguration. I just say I'm a investigation cause as you speaking on you need maybe investigation cause already a serious matter. So as you speaking in the Rawlings family led as Zanetor Rawlings and justice common a peace. I just say a rain for them. I just say a lot of people commenting. Na sa MP no as you speaking in the information about say
Let's look at what the standing orders of Parliament say with respect to some defamatory or unsavory comments made by a member of Parliament on the floor of Parliament against another member of Parliament. And it finds some legs in Order 131 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. Go to put it on the screen right now and follow me closely. Defamatory statements. One, where in the opinion of the Speaker, a statement made by a member is at first instance defamatory. The Speaker shall direct the member to withdraw the statement and render an apology. Well, that did not happen in this instance. And the Speaker shall refer the matter to the Committee of Privileges and Immunities for inquiry where the member fails to withdraw and apologize. Well, as it stands now, the Privileges Committee of this 9th Parliament has not been formed as yet. So this second option as well is not readily on the table. The next one, so the committee shall then report the findings to the House within 10 sitting days after the date of the referral, and the House shall consider the report. Then also, where the House decides that the statement made by the member is defamatory, the member who made the statement shall render an apology at the bar of the House within 2 sitting days after the decision of the House. And the terms of the apology shall be approved, I beg your pardon, by, that's the Speaker, and by extension, the Committee of Privileges and Immunities, and communicated to the person who has been defamed. And also, where a member refuses to render an apology, the Speaker shall suspend that member for the duration of the session. That is after the Privileges Committee has done their own investigation. But you hear the Speaker of Parliament say that an investigation is ongoing already. The reason being, the Privileges Committee has not been established as yet. So then the Speaker has to institute an investigation into this. While the outcome of the investigation is yet to be known, the Speaker is now imploring on the Member of Parliament who knows himself, who made this statement, to come out and honorably, honesty, to be at play, admit that you said this. But, well, this is not the only provision under Order 131. It said a suspended member shall lose total parliamentary privileges, immunities, and remunerations, which may be restored to the member if at any time before the end of the session the member renders that required apology. So it's a long list of steps that have to be taken. But because the Privileges Committee is not in place as yet, but we'll see what's happening right now. Professor David Abdullah, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us on Ghana Tonight. And you see these provisions I ran through under Order 131. And first off, hearing the Speaker now apologize as well to Dr. Zanetor Rawlings. I want to find out how all of that strikes you.
Article 116 of the 1992 Constitution makes it in such a way that, in Parliament you can have vigorous debates, and what you say, you enjoy that immunity, from any civil prosecution or criminal proceedings, for the statements you make in Parliament. But the ancillary comments by the MP during the when Dr. Zanetor wanted to contribute, it is very, very unfortunate, and I think an apology is appropriate. Yeah.
I see, but how about that order to the member of Parliament in question? You hear the Speaker say, "Own up and own this comment that you said this." But it's been over a month. This said MP has been quiet and not owned up to it. The Speaker is now imploring on this member of Parliament to own up to the statement. How about that?
We have a saying in Africa that the mouth is worse than the foot when it slips. When your mouth slips, whatever you say, you cannot bring it back. And I think that is why we expect that our parliamentarians or lawmakers should be careful with what they say, especially in the case that, it is going to affect somebody negatively. I think it was uncalled for, and I think actually that MP should apologize to Dr. Zanetor. And once you do that, you must own up as a man or a woman who passes that statement. I mean, it is not right. Dr. Zanetor is not his father. So, I mean, he cannot be charged or whatever it is if his father had committed some sins. That is his father. He is Dr. Zanetor.
I see, and it's of no doubt that this person who made this statement is a man, because we had a male voice in that video from Parliament or on the floor of Parliament. So there are many who also hold the view that this investigation into this matter should have been instituted a long time ago. It's been almost a month that this incident happened. You sharing that thought as well?
Well, it's better than never. So I think that so-called MP should have been man enough to come out and apologize. Because if you say some things, I mean, you cannot hide amongst the group and use that as a cover. You should come out as a man. When you speak, make sure that you stand by your words. So actually, it is good that it's been happening now. And it should be a warning to other MPs into the future. When they speak, they should be careful what they say. Because once they say it, they cannot take it back. So I think it is important that the MP comes out. But you see, Nana, you should understand that in Parliament, when you say certain things, and it is such unsavory statements. Now, you could be hauled before the Privileges Committee of Parliament, and when that happens, and if you are found to be guilty, you could be reprimanded, you could be suspended for about 9 months. In most cases, if it's so damaging, you could actually be asked to leave Parliament. So I think we should all be circumspect in what we say. And as a leader, when you reach a certain point, your speech should be measured, even when you are angry.
Right.
And even when you don't like what other people say, you should be careful what you say, because that could come back and haunt you. And I think this is what is happening.
I see. But Prof, should should the outcome of this investigation be known? That is, if this MP doesn't own up within 1 week, the Speaker says the MP himself should own up within a week and say, you know what, I made this comment and I'm sorry about it, even though I've been silent for almost a month after making this unsavory comment. But if he doesn't, and investigations indeed fish him out, should the person be made public? As in the identity of the person be made public, so you and I, our viewers tonight, get to know and see who this MP is?
Well, I support that, but even when they apologize to Dr. Zanetor, that is going to be something that is going to be in the public domain. It cannot be covered. You know, I think apart from just naming and shaming, you know, if the person doesn't come out and the investigation takes place and the person is found out, the person should be hauled before the Privileges Committee, and whatever punishment that comes out of it should. That is the way I see. You know, in whatever way it is, we should be careful with what we say, especially, you know, in the heat of the moment. Sometimes you say something that you shouldn't have said, and it is very, very expensive. Remember what I said. The mouth is worse than the foot when it slips.
That's true. And I asked this question because Parliament has this penchant of not making public the outcome of their own investigations. We saw what happened in the 8th Parliament. These allegations of a woman appearing in Parliament whom some suspect or allege that wasn't Sarah Joasafo, the former Dom Kwabena MP, with the nose mask. Parliament said they instituted investigations into that. We don't know the outcome of that investigation. Also, we don't even know who ordered the military to storm Parliament. Parliament said they had instituted investigations into that. We didn't see the outcome or hear the outcome of that investigation. So there's that penchant that Parliament has, that they institute investigations into matters that happen on the floor of Parliament. They keep it to themselves. So should that continue?
But it should change, because, you know, our laws should not be stagnant. It should be with the times. If you make such a statement outside somewhere and you are found out, you not only go to court, but you'll be sued. So I think it's high time that Parliament start making whatever, you know, some of these statements people make that are unsavory. If the people are found out, they should make it public. What are you hiding from? If you're man enough to say those kind of things, you should be singled out. Let the person come and answer, apologize, and move on. You are grown-ups. But if it is done, it will serve as a deterrent to others, so that in future they don't say those kind of things, especially in the heat of the moment or in the midst of their group. You know, in the midst of a group, people are always strong, but to stand alone, it's not that easy. At least if they punish them, then I think it will serve as a deterrent to other people. So to change their rules, I would suggest that, you know, the new standing orders change in such a way that, you know, whatever it is, if you are found out, according to, you know, Article 116 of the 1992 Constitution, they should be hauled before the Privileges Committee.
I appreciate your time on this. Professor David Abdullahi, a Senior Governance Advisor at the Africa Parliamentary Network. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. And a number of you have been sharing your thoughts on this. There's a conversation going on TV3 on Facebook as well, so get involved. And we're asking questions as to whether the identity of this MP who made this statement should be made public. But that leads us to our next issue coming up next year on Ghana Tonight. Anti-corruption crusaders are hopeful that the arrival of the embattled former Deputy Executive Director of the National Service Authority, Gifty Oware Mensah, to Ghana will see the speedy progression of the National Service Scheme's ghost name scandal. So, Gifty Oware is in town, and that's what you see on the screen right now. And there's a bit more detail as to exactly where she's been, what she's been doing, and what's going to happen from today onwards, now that she's back in town. But let's do a quick backtrack. You hear the president, John Dramani Mahama, during the presentation of State of the Nation address, gave an indication of what he has done in terms of instructing the investigation agencies to declare some persons wanted. Take a look.
Mr. Speaker, as part of our Operation Recover All the Loot policy, ORA, I've already tasked our investigative bodies to bring the culprits of the National Service Ghost name scandal to justice. Such brazen theft of public funds must not go unpunished. It is estimated that the criminal addition of some more than 80,000 ghost names could have yielded the suspects over 50 million Ghana cedis every month. Unfortunately, some of these suspects are believed to have absconded from the country already. I have directed that they be declared wanted.
For it is and me as Zanetor Rawlings said in no. On you be a Okasa Parliament Basa. On you be a audio be a tem. Ubia sem enyanasem. Ghana sem enyanasem. On you be a nose ujina ho. On kasa. On you be a omeki unnecessary comments. Say be a NPP akasa from the other side. Now bekasa tiana say bibisa onye sir. Anytime be a no okasa with facts, okasa with evidence, or backtrace any argument with fact, data. Just say ubomuni anytime be a no or fighting for the constituency and also fighting for a Ghana. A lot of respect there, or woman pa, a man for respecting ye pa. And during a elections, crampono, now man for free say, Oba be vice president. Now man for free say, Oba be see a Prof. Jinano Pukwajima nemo. Yen kase Prof. Jinano Pukwajima enye ubia on sefata, or sefata ye pa, sefata ye. Now so na idini PP no why na mahawa be chosen as vice president no na Zanetor honorable Zanetor Rawlings edin den ewum chese utum so oye nipa odi no se fata di biebi enye won wasa afenyo mark ngina parliament ekoma no se o deserve some position in the GM government, o deserve some ministerial appointment, just would deserve any position be at the highest level. Yes, be or the founder of the NDC party in Kwa would deserve any position. So if I find your marking to me as the founder of the party, neba deserve position a torasum. Na se a comment free a find your marking chi eba. Any day, any time, I feel you marking air fighter as Zanetor Rawlings. That's a whole side. Obit me raise some comment against the same person or fighting a man on now. Then I was having you marking here. A lot of people are saying, say, I feel you marking in him nipakro kasa. I feel you marking in him nipakro kasa because during that time, no. Now, when you're marking Casa, any Pacronic Casa fair a year microphone. A lot of people are saying, and you're commenting Pacronic making internal when you're marking I board and also versi. Name no or distracting. So, if the person anytime or fight yes, the same person ye making some comment against her now, then I was having your marking here. If the person fails to show up, I was having your marking the etcheneba. If the answer for your marking it me convincing no actor as a man. So uncle swana this one. Because as you speak, apart from the unlocked family, the Votarians are on board food, the chiefs are on board for a lot of Ghanaians since a year Zanetor Rawlings fighting for Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians pay justice for Zanetor Rawlings. On person justice be common. Because how can you make such a comment? I want thinking about the person's emotions. What person saying? So as you speak in the some 6 punishments, legal punishments per parliament standing orders just say no a year near a year after Kesi just say wait me every day just a toss me resulting in the suspension of the that known MP and as a heading MP or the following some a decrease in a minority side because she has suspended her MP na bibia because a parliament chamber no crampo no ontimi kran ko ho ontimi kran ko tena so ho ontimi ben parliament house nimpo cause police for no be delay because you are suspended no e banisa numbers na a NPP for so no a society beam. So as you speak apart from the court case dealing with these people no or mwanga say no musem say eji or mufri mama numbers in society. So timu say be more kasa last or mwanga say kasa defend your mo mabo because Ghana for someone dream all what they are thinking about is their political party, building their political party. Omon dream Ghana. Omure Efi say Ghana is bigger than their political party. I don't know Omure Efi. So they act as if they think about Ghana in public. But in real life, they think building their political party more than Ghana. I don't know Ghana for be brain any daho emoma husani mano. Inti mguasene de ba ne eba omoso. Vote ya vote on cotton if money na just money to bring. They want to do everything to shame the NDC party. They want to do everything possible to make Ghanaians think say NPP and NDC are the same. They want to do everything possible. Sene be a GMB fairly no more party no where I think meanwhile if GM it me develop Ghana almost some benefit. They know omun ni nyina na so isan se politics intino omo ye niema ensem fata. And since you read my channel, the comment section, subscribe, and share money also the any binti. Menko baby, I for once in Akroma.